Google just revealed VISTA, an AI that can literally teach itself how to make better videos. It doesn't need retraining or updates, it just learns from its own mistakes and evolves every time it runs. The crazy part? It already outperforms Google's best models. This could change AI forever. Let's start with what makes Atlas so different. OpenAI didn't just bolt ChatGPT onto Chrome and call it a day. They built the browser from the ground up around one simple idea. What if the internet worked like a conversation? Instead of opening tabs, searching, and scrolling through endless links, you just tell Atlas what you want, and it does it. Need to book a flight, summarize a PDF, or find reviews for the best budget cameras under $500? You simply ask. The browser understands your intent, searches, compares, and acts, all without you needing to lift a finger. Sam Altman called it the next natural step for ChatGPT. During the launch event, he said, "The browser hasn't changed much in 20 years. Atlas is our attempt to start over, and he wasn't exaggerating." At first glance, Atlas looks like any other browser. There's a search bar, tabs, and bookmarks. But once you start typing, you realize it's something else entirely. Instead of returning a list of blue links, Atlas gives you direct answers. It reads web pages in real time, pulls information from trusted sources, and even provides visuals or summaries in plain English. You can still visit the websites if you want, but you rarely need to. The biggest feature everyone's talking about is called Agent Mode. It lets the browser act on your behalf. During the demo, an engineer asked Atlas to plan a 3-day trip to Kyoto, and within seconds, the AI opened travel blogs, cross-checked reviews, found flights, and even booked a hotel, all while keeping the user updated in chat. That's not search, that's execution. But how does it actually work under the hood? Atlas sits on top of ChatGPT's new multimodal engine, which means it can read text, view images, watch videos, and interact with web pages, all in one continuous reasoning flow. The magic comes from a system called live context learning. Instead of retrieving data from a pre-trained model, Atlas constantly learns from what you do in the browser. If you research laptops one week and ask about software the next, it remembers your context, what specs you like, which brands you compared, and uses that knowledge to refine future results. Think of it as your browser growing smarter with you, one search at a time. Everything you see happens inside what OpenAI calls a dual view interface. On the left, the web page loads normally. On the right, ChatGPT chats with you about it. Highlight a sentence and it explains, simplifies, or fact-checks it instantly. Select an image and it can identify the product, find similar ones, or even generate related visuals. It's like having a research assistant permanently docked to your browser window. Of course, this isn't just another AI helper. The difference with Atlas is that it takes action. Let's say you're writing an email in Gmail, highlight a paragraph, and Atlas offers to clean it up or rewrite it in your tone. If you're on LinkedIn, it can help you craft replies based on your previous messages. Planning dinner, it can find recipes, order groceries through Instacart, and confirm delivery, all without switching tabs. That seamless integration is what has experts calling it the first true AI native browser. Google's Chrome, for instance, has Gemini features baked in, but those feel like extensions, optional add-ons. Atlas feels native. You don't have to ask it to analyze something. It just knows when you might need help. It can even summarize YouTube videos as you watch or translate an entire page in seconds. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Google search. It's no surprise that investors noticed. Alphabet's stock dipped right after Atlas went live. Analysts are calling this OpenAI's biggest challenge to Google yet. Chrome owns over 70% of the global browser market, and search still drives the majority of Google's revenue. But Atlas threatens both at once by replacing search and redefining browsing. For users, it's a win. For publishers, it's complicated. If people stop visiting sites directly, who gets the traffic? OpenAI says it's working on attribution systems that still credit sources, but the details remain unclear. What's clear is that the internet's business model, based on ads, clicks, and SEO, could be in for a major shakeup. The team behind Atlas is packed with browser veterans. Ben Goodger, who helped create Chrome and Firefox, led the engineering. Designers from Apple and Mozilla joined too. The result is a browser that feels familiar yet futuristic. It's smooth, lightweight, and fast. Faster, some say, than Chrome itself. During the live stream, developers showed how Atlas could read and summarize an entire 40-page research paper in seconds. They also demonstrated cursor chat, where you can talk directly to highlighted text. Need to rephrase a paragraph? Explain a formula? It's instant. Performance-wise, early users report that Atlas feels snappy. It loads pages quickly, handles multimedia effortlessly, and maintains the same stability as established browsers. OpenAI wanted people to forget they were using an AI product. It just works. Privacy is front and center. The company says Atlas gives users full control over what ChatGPT can or cannot see. You can turn memory off completely, block specific websites, or go fully incognito, meaning no browsing data gets saved or analyzed. Atlas also includes safety layers for sensitive content. It automatically pauses. You must manually approve any transaction or action before it executes. Parents can also enable restrictions for kids' accounts, disabling memory or limiting interaction with certain websites. That level of transparency could help OpenAI avoid the backlash other AI companies have faced. Still, experts are cautious. Some analysts argue that even anonymized browsing data could be valuable, raising the question, will OpenAI eventually use that data for targeted services or ads? So far, Altman insists the answer is no. Another big talking point is how this fits into OpenAI's bigger vision. Atlas isn't just a browser, it's the foundation of what the company calls its super assistant ecosystem. ChatGPT already exists across desktop, mobile, and even WhatsApp. Atlas ties all those platforms together, making the experience seamless. Imagine starting a chat with ChatGPT on your phone, continuing it on Atlas, and having all the same files, links, and context automatically available. That's exactly what OpenAI is building. The company says your history, preferences, and projects follow you across devices, safely stored and fully editable. This ecosystem also helps OpenAI handle a recent challenge: WhatsApp integration. Due to new Meta policy changes, ChatGPT's WhatsApp feature will shut down in early 2026. So OpenAI is encouraging users to switch to Atlas, promising the same convenience, but with more tools and direct connectivity. Now, let's zoom out. Why does Atlas matter so much? Because it's not just changing how we browse, it's changing who controls the web experience. For decades, Google and Apple decided what browsers could do. Atlas breaks that pattern. It's AI-first, user-centered, and designed to understand intent instead of keywords. If you think about it, this is the first real competitor to the traditional search model since Google launched in 1998. We've seen social media reshape attention, mobile apps eat into browsing time, but no one has challenged search itself until now. And that's what makes this launch historic. When you type into Google, you still have to think like a search engine, choosing keywords, filtering results, clicking links. Atlas flips that. You talk like a human and it figures out the rest. That shift sounds small, but it's the same leap we saw when phones went from buttons to touchscreens. Once people get used to it, they won't want to go back. But not everyone's convinced. Critics worry that AI browsers could take too much control. If the system learns your preferences too well, it might start deciding what you see rather than letting you decide. That's a subtle but important line. Patty Harrington, a senior researcher at Forrester, said that agent-driven browsing risks flattening human curiosity. When an AI curates everything for you, she argues, you lose the chance to explore unexpected results, those accidental discoveries that make the internet magical. Still, despite the debates, the excitement is undeniable. Within hours of launch, Atlas topped download charts for macOS. Social media was flooded with clips of users testing it, asking it to design websites, write summaries, even analyze livestock data right in the browser. Some called it the future of the internet. Others said it felt like magic with a keyboard. And maybe they're both right. Because whether you love or fear this shift, one thing is clear. The browser war has officially restarted. For now, OpenAI is rolling out Atlas slowly, prioritizing ChatGPT Plus and Pro users before a wider release on Windows, iOS, and Android. The company plans to make it the default experience for ChatGPT users by mid-2026. As Altman put it, Atlas isn't just a browser. It's how people will use AI every day, without even thinking about it. And if that vision comes true, it won't just change how we search. It'll change how we think about the web itself. So, what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit subscribe, and stay tuned. Because if OpenAI just built the future of browsing, Google might be in for the biggest fight of its life.